employment, self-determination, and informed choice. Click Start when you are ready to begin. Self-determination and self-advocacy are fundamental functions of making choices. Self-determination. Self-determination is the act of representing oneself, or one's views and interests. It is the freedom to make choices about one's life and to have the opportunity to fail. Self-determination does not mean that someone is completely independent. We all rely on support to make choices about our lives. Self-advocacy. One component of self-determination is empowering people to speak up for themselves and the things they see as important, also known as self-advocacy. Self-advocacy is a skill that is learned and developed throughout a person's life. Advocacy starts with seeing a successful self-image. Self-advocates make their interests, desires, and needs known. They can have a discussion with others who have different perspectives and come to an agreement. They know their rights and responsibilities and stand up for them confidently. Skills needed to enhance self-advocacy: self-awareness, decision-making, gathering information, disability awareness and disclosure, identifying rights and responsibilities, standing up for self, problem-solving, setting goals, asking for help, being assertive. Self-advocacy and self-determination are important skills used in the process of informed decision-making, and they need to be practiced regularly. The person is always in the driver's seat of their decisions. They need to know that they can get help from people that are important to them to gather and process information, weigh their options, and ultimately make their own choices based on what they think is best for themselves. An SSA's role is to ensure that people are making informed choices through access to information and experiences. It is also important to help people understand their right to make their own choices about employment. Let's take a look at a planning meeting with Tim, his dad Jack, his day program staff Denise, and his SSA Christy.
Tim currently attends the day program during the week, right?
Yes. We want to keep it the same because his mom and I both work during the day.
Tim loves our day program. He really likes to go out, especially to the movies.
I saw my friend from school working at the movie theater last week.
You love it at the day program, and all of your friends are here. Isn't that right?
Yes, I do like seeing my friends.
Is this a good example of person-centered planning that is promoting informed choice? Incorrect. Tim did not get a chance to talk about his goals or share his interests. The conversation started with other people on the team before hearing Tim's perspective. Correct. Tim's team spoke for him without his interests and voice being the start of the conversation. Click the next button. Christy struggled to keep Tim at the center of the meeting and did not address him directly. In order to be person-centered, Tim's thoughts need to be heard. The conversation should be focused on his goals and needs while still respecting the opinions of the other team members. Let's watch Christy facilitate the meeting differently.
Tim, would you like to share what we talked about when we met last week?
We talked about my goals, and one of them is to live in my own apartment. I saw my friend Ryan working at the movie theater, and he lives in his own place. If I want to get my own apartment, I think I need to get a job too.
Tim, we have talked about this before, and you know your mom and I have a lot of concerns about you working. What about all of your friends at the day program? Where will you go during the day when you're not working? What will happen if you lose your SSI?
I'm glad that you shared your concerns. Tim let me know that you have talked about this before, and he wants to make sure you feel comfortable with his goals. We talked about some ideas that address your concerns and are hoping we can all come up with a plan together.
The consistency of your SSI check could help you pay for your own place someday. We are concerned about you leaving what you know and are comfortable with, but your safety is the top priority. How will you stay safe by yourself if we are at work?
I do stay at home when you go to the grocery store and can use my cell phone if there's an emergency. Christy told me that people use all kinds of technology to help them be safe.
Yes, assistive technology can be a great tool to help Tim become more independent. I work with many people who use technology and receive supports to do other things while they are not working. If you would like, we could meet with a technology specialist to talk through what technology solutions could be explored for him to be safe at home and in the community.
Okay, I'm still a bit concerned, but we can meet with the specialist to learn more.
Tim, do you want to share what you wanted to do about your benefits?
There is someone we can meet with that can tell us about working and my SSI.
There is someone that works here who is a certified benefits planner and does that.
There is a service called a benefits analysis, where certified staff can review your SSI and Medicaid benefits to provide you with more information. They will meet with you afterward to discuss the impact of earning income, as well as the work incentives available. I can send you some more resources and get you connected with a certified provider.
Yes, that would be great. I don't know how it all works, but I know it was a lot of time to get those benefits and keep them. What type of job could Tim get?
Tim and I talked about this too.
I think I could work at the movie theater like Ryan. I don't really know what he does there. I just saw him in the hallway. He had a uniform on and a name badge. I could scoop the popcorn.
You do love the movie popcorn. I also noticed that you were really interested when we went on the tour of the baseball field.
Tim loves going to the baseball field, and everyone knows him there. We have been going to games since he was a kid. What job could Tim do at the baseball field?
I'm sure we can search online to learn more about the jobs at the movie theater and the baseball field. We could spend some time on Ohio Maine's jobs website while he's here to take an interest inventory and learn about different jobs that might be a good fit. We can also observe people working in different places we go out during the week and talk about it afterward, Tim.
Okay, I guess there's no harm in looking into it.
I am excited to try.
The conversation went differently this time. Christy was prepared to keep Tim at the center of the meeting and made sure he was able to share his goals. What strategies did Christy use this time? Select all that apply. Correct. Christy and Tim met a week before the meeting to talk about its goals and prepare, so Tim felt comfortable to share at the meeting. Correct. Christy started the meeting by having Tim share his goals and his interest in working. This set up the rest of the conversation to be based around Tim and resulted in the development of a plan that focused on the next steps to move Tim along his path to community employment. Correct. Christy provided an opportunity for Tim to practice and demonstrate his self-advocacy skills by supporting him to speak up for himself during the meeting, share his desires and interests, and problem solve. Correct. Christy and Tim were able to gather resources and prepare a response to address the concerns that they knew his dad had about his safety and benefits. Click the next button to continue. It can be difficult to facilitate team meetings that ensure a person has access to information and experiences to make an informed choice about employment. This is especially tough when team members are not on the same page. The differences in opinions and concerns are addressed by making sure the person's voice is heard and that they remain at the center of the team.